Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully everybody fared the storms that are in the locations where we had all that tornado activity. Ernie and I obviously are doing well, and I want to say thank you to everybody that reached out to me on Instagram and checked in on us. We did good. It was a nerve-wracking day. I was up at 4:30 in the morning. I got up to use the restroom, and there was lightning and thunder and all of that kind of stuff. So I decided to go ahead and stay awake because I remember Ryan Hall had said that the storm was going to arrive about 5-ish in the morning. And so when I looked at the clock and realized what time it was, I was like, oh, maybe I want to stay awake. But it was a nerve-wracking day, let me tell you. Oh my gosh. So anyways, we started off by Ernie mowing the lawn. He took care of getting the lawn mowed today, put the irrigation back on. He got it all fertilized. And I want to give a deep clean to the front porch. But before I do that, I wanted to get these pots planted up. I got a hellebore and some other really pretty dainty flowers for the pots. I was really feeling a really light colored, just very springy feel on the front porch this year. And so I wanted to make sure that the flowers that I plant are in keeping with that theme. Also, the two tall pots that you're going to see me pot last are not doing good. They need to be tossed. They are not, they're actually identical to this one here. But I guess because they're more exposed to the elements, this one doesn't get any rain or sun or anything on it. But those do. They get snow and they get all of it. And they're not frost resistant, and so they're starting to just fall apart. So I went ahead and planted them up anyways, even though Ernie and I have plans for that end of the porch. And also on our back patio too. Hopefully we can get to that this spring, if not early summer. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get these pots all planted up. One of my favorite things to plant up is this bird bath that my husband drilled holes in for me, and I've turned into a planter for the last couple years. I think it was the end of the first year that we were here, and then last year I planted it all up. I'm going to go ahead and leave some room in between the plants because I like to add trailing plants to this, and we don't have everything yet at our garden center, so I just picked up, flowers that were available. But I'm definitely going to be adding some back. When I come back from California, which you guys are seeing this and I'm already back, but as I was filming this, my mind was going towards what I'm going to be doing when I come back, and that is adding to this, and then of course, all my gardens, and I'm very excited about getting this house, all of the gardens dialed in. All of my stuff is coming back, the hostas, columbine, hydrangeas, everything. My maples are all leafing out. It's just a lovely, lovely thing. It's my favorite part of spring, watching everything come back to life. It's like new gifts in the garden because you haven't seen them all winter, and just letting, just seeing their leaves and, the life come back in your garden is just the coolest thing ever. Not anything that I've ever experienced before living in California, because everything pretty much stays alive year round. And so it's a new thing for me here, and I really enjoy it. I don't like a winter garden. I accept it, but I don't like it. But like I said, spring is super exciting. So now that I've done the messy part of the porch makeover, I am going to blow off all of this dirt before I wash it down with the hose, because I didn't want to make a big muddy mess, and I wanted to get all these pots watered. And so we're going to go ahead and take care of that now. I'm curious to know who has started adding their spring touches outside, and where are you located? When do you expect to be able to if you're still having winter? It's so nice here this time of year. Other than the rain that we get, which is really nice, and that's why Tennessee is so green. And I don't like the tornado part of it, but it's so nice because I feel like everything just quadruples in size really quick because, as long as it's fertilized and planted well, it gets so much water that everything just does really well, and I love that. So anyways, I decided to go ahead and wash the walls down here on the porch, and then I wanted to give the windows a rinse and the door a rinse before I clean those. Washing winter off the house always feels really good. So we're going to go ahead and do that now, and then we get to start adding the pretty touches as soon as we get the cleaning done. And of course I needed to get these pots watered. My camera died. I did give them a really good water, and then I had to change the battery and pick up where I left off. So I didn't know when it had died, but obviously it died when I was giving everything a good water. But everybody got a good drink of water. I'm excited to get the pots planted here by the garage. And then we have some in the front of the garden we got to get planted up too. So the front yard is not even close to being done. We still need to get through March, and then I think towards the end of March, maybe the first week of April or so is when I'll really be able to tell, exactly what it is I want to do. And of course, the garden centers start getting a lot more. Right now, it's not a ton. They don't have a ton of stuff. And I feel like every week they add more and more, but certain plants only come out at certain times when they start, filling up at the garden centers. So I'm constantly having to go to see what they got. So I will definitely be doing that when I get back, just to see if they've gotten anything new. They did get a truck when I was there buying all of these plants, and oh, look we're all nice and clean. And they were getting ready to put everything out, so I'm not sure. But the one thing about the garden centers here in the South is because the garden centers are open for spring and summer, and they close for, and some of fall, and they close for the winter, they don't get a ton. And so you got to get what you want when they put it out. Otherwise, when it's gone, it's gone. And I think they get they probably get maybe 2 or 3 shipments, somewhere around there. And if you're not one of the lucky ones to grab what you want in one of those shipments, then you just have to wait until the following year, or search around at the different garden centers. So that, and then also, the prices are not, they're expensive. So, something like in California, the garden centers are open 12 months out of the year. You can plant a garden anytime you want. And so, and the prices are great because they're making their money throughout the year. So I get why the prices are higher here because they have a very short, time to where they make their money. And so the first year we came, I was in complete sticker shock over the price of plants. And then, of course, we've had inflation and all of that stuff where everything is more expensive. So, put those two together and wow. But anyways, and not everything. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm making it sound, for instance, what were those 8 packs of the pansies? I think those were $13 or $14, which I feel like I was getting those for maybe $6 or $8 back home. And so I just feel like it's, they're really expensive. I don't know. It might just be me. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I just feel like everything here is more expensive. And like I said, I get why. So we took our 2 wicker chairs to the country house, and we had the 2 wicker rockers up on the balcony. So we decided to go ahead and bring them downstairs. Ernie's hoisting them down on rope because they tend to hold water in the feet or the bottom part of them. And he didn't want to run them through the house in case water came out, rusty water or what have you. So it was easy for him to just tie a rope to him, and I caught him down at the bottom, and it was quick and easy. So we're going to go ahead and bring those down, and we're going to start with the decorating now. I had so much fun putting this together. I love the choice that I made for the door. I opted to not put a wreath up this year. I found this beautiful basket on Amazon, and I'll have all of this stuff linked in case you guys are interested. And these wildflowers, I wanted something really dainty and pastels and just really spring-like. And I thought this was a really great price. I think I paid, well, the basket wasn't a great price, but I looked everywhere for one before I bought on Amazon. I think the basket was maybe $32. Oh, I could be wrong, but I'll link it for you guys so you guys could go check it out. And then the flowers were a great price. So I just bought from a couple of different vendors some dry, not dry flowers, but fake flowers to put in here. And I thought this would be a really cool change from having a wreath up all the time. And then I had one more scarf left, so I decided to go ahead and tie that around the neck of the basket. And it was the perfect touch for this, whatever, the basket with florals, whatever you want to call it, not a wreath. And then we're going to move over to the chairs. I was really excited to get my new cushions put on and my new pillows. And this table we had also upstairs. We actually have 2 of them. They were up on the balcony, so Ernie brought one of those down for me. The other one was leaving like rust stains, and so were the chairs. So hopefully we'll be able to get those out. There's like little rust rings on the porch. We're going to hopefully do the same treatment to this front porch that we're planning on doing to the back patio. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose. We're going to do a different floor type here. So, but I don't want to tell you guys in case we don't do it. That's something that we're thinking about. It's not set in stone, so when it happens, you guys will be the first to know because I'll share it. Anyways, I have this cute little bunny, and I had a small wreath, and I decided to just place that on the table, and it was the perfect dainty little spring touch because the rabbits are out. And then I got a couple of ferns because we get ferns every year. This year I didn't transplant them. I didn't feel like it was necessary. I did last year because somebody had told me to transplant them out of the pot that they grow in. And you'll have big, beautiful ferns for the whole season. And I did have big, beautiful ferns, but not any bigger than the ones that I didn't transplant the year before that. So I just didn't feel like it was necessary to go through all that trouble. So I just went ahead and hung them up in the pots that they came in. Now Ernie is going to put a sign. Now I've had that one sign up on my porch, welcome to our porch, with a like I bought a couple pieces that at Old Time Pottery, and I wasn't really loving it anymore, so I wanted to take that down. So I'll find something to put here on the porch, you know, year round, or maybe I'll just do seasonal. Maybe I'll find one for summer and winter and that kind of stuff. But that might be easier to just do that. So Ernie's going to go ahead and get a couple of screws put in the wall here for me to hang this. This is a metal sign. I've had it for years. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. It's pretty heavy. I love it. Okay, guys, we're going to add some final touches to the porch, and then I have some metal Easter art that I'm going to go ahead and add to my maple out in the front yard. I know it's not Easter yet, but I love them, and I wanted to add them, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to add some final touches to the porch, and then we're going to take a look back at where we started versus where we ended up. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys got some inspiration for your spring porch this year, because that's what I'm here for. Thanks for staying till the end, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!